Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be reacting to a video that I found very interesting about a young lady who's about 35. Well, she was 33 years old when she actually went to the drphil show, and she's apparently a virgin, and she's kind of has a bit of a challenge, which is she can't figure out why men seem to run away from her every time she reveals that she's still a virgin. So this is very close to home because, as you know, if you don't really know, yours truly, your boy, still a virgin, still rocking the V card right here. I don't really like how we call it the V card, but you know, that's what culture refers to it as. But you know, and that's I'm all about putting a ring on it before you ring on it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's right. So I do relate with her. Not so much about his struggles, but I do kind of relate with her. But from a man's point of view, I'm going to give you my reaction about that and my thoughts about that. And what the doctor apparently advises her on and what he thinks about it.
First up is Sonali. Now, she is a lovely single woman who says, you would think dating during the pandemic would be the problem. But no, for her, it's dating, period. Sonali says after she refused to allow her parents to arrange her marriage, as is traditional in her culture, she decided to find her own man. But no matter what she's tried, she says she is still a 33-year-old virgin.
Growing up, I wasn't allowed to socialize. No.
Okay, what do you mean? No matter what she tried, no matter what she. Okay, well, I guess I should watch the video. No matter what she's tried, arranged marriages are something of a wonder. And immediately when they said arranged marriages, Indian culture came to mind. So there's like a surprise there. She might have stood a much better chance of having a successful marriage, having an arranged marriage, because a lot of the arranged marriages turn out to be quite successful. But I think she's trying to take the more modern road. So yeah, that's why you're still struggling. You're taking the modern road. I'm not shooting on her. I'm just saying, man, you know.
No sleepovers, no prom, no dating boys, and no dorming in college. I had my first kiss at age 26. Now I am
Okay, same here. And it wasn't my fault. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I might not talk about that, but anyway. I'm not supposed to have, but same here, okay? A little weird, but same here. A lot of similarities between me and her, actually. I've noticed that a lot of people who don't really engage in a lot of dating when they are in their late teens and varsity or whatever, especially in their teens, yeah, they tend to be the ones that live it out the longest, you know what I mean? So yeah.
33 years young, I remain a virgin.
33 years young. Hey, I'm 36 years young here, okay? Is it 35 or 36? I don't know. Okay, once you start losing count of your years, then you know you're up there somewhere, okay? Once you get to your 30s. She's 33 years young. I love her personality. Awesome. Right off the bat, man. I like her, man. I would like to know her, actually.
My first relationship lasted approximately 6 months. On my 27th birthday, I was expecting to have my first time happen. I was super excited. Instead, he ghosted on me. Just poof, disappeared from my life. A few weeks.
Wait a minute. Okay, so she's saying that she was expecting it to happen. So she wasn't preserving herself for marriage. That's my understanding. Okay, not impressed with that as such, but I kind of get, I relate with where she's kind of coming from. So she's not really trying to like stay a virgin. So that's the maybe difference, the contrasting difference between us right now that I'm picking up so far.
After I heard he had gone back to India to enter into an arranged marriage. My second serious relationship, he traveled between New York and India, so we went long distance. After a year of being a virtual girlfriend, I met up with him and he wanted to be intimate. That's when I had told him that he would have been my first. He was absolutely shocked. That was the last and final time I saw him. The third serious relationship I had, we were at the 2-month mark. He wanted to get intimate with me and the mood was right, but that's when I finally disclosed to him that I was a virgin. His jaw dropped, same reaction as the first two guys. He said he was going back to India within a couple of weeks, and we ended it then and there. I keep scaring them off. They get freaked out and they disappear from my life. Despite my frustration with dating during this COVID pandemic, I do still have a Bumble profile. It's full disclosure. I have written on here, never have I ever had sex. I have all these great qualities. Why is it so tough for me to find the one who won't be scared off when I tell him that he would be my first and hopefully only?
Okay, well, welcome.
Right before the doctor starts, okay. It's a little bit interesting because she's trying to lose it. So it's not on purpose. She's not purposely trying to remain a virgin. It's just maybe the way she's coming across and the kind of people that she's coming across. I'm more intrigued by the fact that why are the guys running off? I thought it was supposed to be like a thing that guys do, like when you take a girl's virginity, like it's popularly known around the circles that it's like a thing. It's like, yo, I took a V card or something. Unless if you're like one of those type of dudes, if you're a, you know, if you're a jerk or something, that says a lot about the kind of guys though. I think it says a lot about the guys who are willing to kind of like maybe be like, yeah, maybe she's not for me. I think maybe they just kind of like feel like, okay, I'm not really sure, but it feels a little bit more like they weren't interested in getting together with her for marital reasons. Maybe they thought she was that kind of a girl where they can just sort of like get sexual experience with her, whatever. It's all fun. Then when they're ready to get married, they'll get married. If they want to stay with her, they'll stay with her. But judging by the fact that she's saying they went off to get into an arranged marriage with somebody, I don't think they were interested in marriage with her. They were interested in being intimate. I don't think they really wanted that kind of a situation. But it's a bit kind of conflicting in a way, because at the same time it's kind of like they didn't want to take advantage. It feels like they didn't really want to take advantage, which is it's admirable in a way. I think they just didn't want to take advantage of her. They wanted her to be like, okay, you know what? I'm not that guy. I'm not him that you should be waiting for, that you want to be, you want to keep, I'm losing it to you and then I'm going to keep you. I think that's kind of like why they kind of like were like, oh, I'm not that guy. So it's kind of good for her, but bad for her expectations, if you know what I mean. Let's hear what the doctor had to say.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm glad you're here. So this is a puzzle to you, right?
I'm so confused and perplexed. Beyond words.
Now, do you date a lot now?
I date selectively. But of course, this COVID pandemic has messed up everything.
Well, of course. So what do you like on a date? I mean, when people go out with you, how would they describe you if they'd been out with you 2 or 3 times?
I'm very bubbly, very sweet, charming. I love conversation, just having that natural chemistry and compatibility there.
Now, you say that you wanted financial independence, and in Indian culture, they expect a woman to not be motivated in that way, so that doesn't fit.
Correct. In traditional Indian culture, even those who are educated, their primary job is expected to be a housewife and procreate. And that's fine, no judgment. But for me, I'm an American, born and raised. That won't work for me.
We have a really good friend from India, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, and we know her mom really well, and she's a physician, so she's become independent in that regard too.
I'm so glad you brought up Priyanka Chopra, because I grew up watching her in Bollywood movies, and now when I see what she has with Nick Jonas, I think to myself, I want that.
And both of them support each other in their careers, and also they're each other's biggest fan.
Right? There's mutual respect and support.
Now, you usually tell a guy, it's on your dating profile, but whether you meet somebody there or otherwise, you usually tell somebody on the 2nd or 3rd date that you are a virgin, and you say, hopefully, if this works out, that they will be your first and hopefully only.
Correct.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cultural dynamics going on there, I see. It's really interesting, because she's trying to kind of fuse it. Oh goodness, it sounds like it was like imposed on her or something. The way it's coming across, it's like my parents didn't allow me to date and all those different type of things, which I kind of get in a way, but maybe there's just also a way in which she's kind of projecting herself, because there's a lot of American. I'm American. I'm not a traditional girl. I'm not an Indian traditional girl in that way. I'm sort of like an independent woman type of approach, type of a thing. So there's a mix of traditional values with independent woman, modern day kind of approach to dating and so on, which feels to me like this bit of a, bit of a clash here and there. Because if you look into a lot of those who consider themselves feminists, who promote the idea of sexual liberation and sexual independence and so forth. Independence is transcoded and translated into all these other various lifestyle orientated ideologies, So that's why I kind of feel like there's a lot of women who sort of embrace this whole notion of independent women, but they don't kind of understand what comes with it. As a matter of fact, there's plenty of females I've come across who regard themselves as feminists, or they like feminism, the ideal feminism, but they don't understand the core philosophy that's driving third wave, fourth wave feminism nowadays. And this is where a lot of these clashes sometimes come into play. I get it. I'm not sure if she gets it. I get it. I'm not sure you guys get it and you see it, but yeah, there's just a lot of things that are at play right now that I'm seeing. But anyway.
That's my hope. But of course, it's not always reciprocal. In my experience, I freak guys out. They're shocked, their jaws drop, they're surprised, and they disappear from my life.
I'll give you from a male perspective what I think's scaring them off. And there's one line from your tape piece that really jumped out, and I'm going to play that for you right after the break.
When I was 22, I graduated college with a finance degree. On the way home from the graduation ceremony, my father started pressuring me to agree to an arranged marriage. I was shocked and disgusted. My father wanted to pick my husband. He still wants to pick my husband? Like, ew. I would definitely remain a virgin and be single the rest of my life than be married to the wrong guy.
Okay, we're back with Sonali, and she says there's something really puzzling to her, and she doesn't like this concept of arranged marriages. It disgusts her, but so far, dating has given her a few heartbreaks, and she wants to know why guys get so scared off when she tells them she's a 33-year-old virgin. And I don't think it's that part of it that's scaring them off. There's a part of your tape piece that really jumps out at me, and here's what it is. Let's listen to it.
Why is it so tough for me to find the one who won't be scared off when I tell him that he would be my first and hopefully only?
And there's the phrase, first and hopefully only. So you're on a date with a guy, and then you say, I'm a virgin, you would be my first, and you make it clear, you cross this bridge, buddy, you're here to stay.
That's what I'm saying. They're not in there to stay. They just want a little bit of fun, an experiment or something.
Across this bridge, you're buying a lifetime ticket. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. We just met. I don't know you that well. And you've waited 33 years for me? Holy, that scares them.
He doesn't know me that well, yet he wants to sleep with me?
Yes.
That's not going to work for me.
Well, I understand that. That's why you're in the situation you're in. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but I think you're scaring them off by telling them that at that point. There's a lot of stops between A and Z along the intimacy trail. You know, there's first base, second base, third base, home base, and
all these bases, man, they're corrupt, man. Okay.
For you don't ever get out of the dugout.
I see where you're coming from.
Now, I don't want to just be a man here about this. Help me out, Mom.
I totally agree with you. I can't believe you're using a sports analogy, but I totally agree with you in that I feel that you're starting out with what's wrong with me or what's wrong with them instead of just being confident in who you are as a woman and starting out with, I'm just going to meet them and stay confident with who I am and then let them fall madly in love with you. They're going to just be knocking down your door, begging you at some point to live the rest of your life with them. Because you are amazing. You do check off every box, but you want them to just fall madly in love with you. And then that conversation is really not necessary because they're going to know everything about you, your feelings, but they're going to be so madly in love with you. That conversation now comes up and is serious.
I see.
And you didn't have to have it on the first date. And stop thinking there's something wrong with you and take the pressure off of yourself. You're beautiful and adorable and wonderful, intelligent. Lead with that. You'll get a lot further. I guarantee you they're all going to just be dying for that second, third, fourth date. You
don't need to change a thing about yourself, just your timing and presentation, and this is going to change dramatically. Now, you're getting this from a guy that hadn't been on a date with anyone other than Robin in 50 years. But I really feel strongly I'm right. And let me ask the audience, are we right here, audience?
Yeah. All right. It's like I said, I think, it's just the way that she's presenting herself and the type of guys that she's getting together with. But other than that, look, I'm all for, man, look, I think preserving oneself for marriage is one of the most beautiful things ever. I think it's great. I think that's the only safest way in which you could really kind of you can build on a healthy relationship of trust, knowing fully well that someone is not interested in you because they want something in return. Because there's enough complications going on in this world, man. Okay, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's a God-given wonderful gift that people can get to really enjoy in discovering intimacy in the most original, purest form possible. So I think, you know, she's kind of like on a good path. I'm just not. I think it's not good that she's trying to actually lose it, you know, because, you know, then she's gonna realize that, okay, maybe it's really, really good to just actually wait until you get married instead of kind of getting together with a guy and being like, okay, guy, I'm a virgin. If you're gonna get together with me, you're here to stay. Okay, first maybe like stay with him first, have him commit. I agree with the advice that they've got. First, really build on the relationship, focus on the relationship, build on the relationship, get to know the guy, get the guy to know you, fall in love with you or be in love with you and who you are as a person. And if he values the same quality or she values the same quality, also for the guys too, like myself, if she values if she respects my values, and we are really, really well aligned together, I think you can really build on something there. And I think that's really the main thing that I would focus on there if I was her. But kudos, you know, it's unusual to come across people like that. It's really unusual. There are people who are still virgins out there, and no, I'm not talking about insults. I'm talking about people who are really just waiting for marriage. They actually refuse to engage in any sexual activity before marriage. And hey, guys, join team. How do I even refer to this? I don't like Team V card. That just sounds weird. For those who don't drink, it's Team Sober. What do you call virgins, man? Team what? Team Purity? Team Purity Club? I don't know. That sounds a little. Okay. I don't know. Join the team, man. Okay. Join Team Jesus. Okay. Hashtag Team Jesus. It's all about Team Jesus. All right. Whatever the case may be. Team Godliness, godly living. Doing all things to glorify God with our bodies, with our passion, with our YouTube channels, with our gifts, whatever it may be. Whatever you do, do it all to the glory of God. That's what it's all about, man. All right. Look, guys, thanks for watching. And I hope you are encouraged by that. And I hope I did encourage you to know that, hey, you know what? Life is not all about sexuality. I made a TikTok video talking about that, actually. Talking about how somebody asked me one time, you want to die a virgin? Yeah, I could die a virgin. It's not a big deal. You know, you can be fulfilled without any sexual experience in this world. Jesus was fulfilled. He was whole and fulfilled, even though he was not married and so forth. It's possible to be fulfilled and live a really fulfilled life without sex. Okay, it's an overrated topic. It's an overrated thing that I think people just, yeah, it's overrated pretty much. But anyway, in any case, thanks for watching, guys. Do like, do subscribe, do comment, do share the video if you can, do leave a comment, do tell me what you guys think. If you think that the girl is if you think she's on the right path, if she's on the right track, and if you agree with the doctor and what he advised and what you think about the whole issue. Okay, thanks for watching. Once again, God bless. Take care.